Hey guys, so as you see this, it'll be New Year's Eve, and I just wanted to do just a quick catch up at the end of the year with everybody. And I apologize ahead of time if I forget anything or anybody. I tried to cover as many bases as I could, but I'm sure to forget something. Just know that I do appreciate all of you. Uh, so we'll get to that later. But I just wanted to do a quick channel chat and just do a kind of year end review, at least for me. This ends my first calendar year, if not full year on YouTube. I only started doing this at the end of May, and I've got a bunch of notes, so pardon me if I look away for a little bit, but I just want to make sure we get this all in. I only started doing this at the end of May, and I'm just amazed and thankful for this. I only have 38 videos. This will be the 39th, but somehow there's 125 of you subscribing, just over 400 watch hours, and I'm closing in on 6,000 views. Uh, Maybe before the end of the year, we'll see. Um, it was just initially about getting my song about my dad out there, and it just blossomed into all of this. And I'm having a ton of fun, mainly thanks to the community. So, uh, thanks first of all to Brian over at Searching for Tone for the encouragement and his gift of the green teas back there, which was kind of my first nudge into getting out there, just to put a thank you video out there and starting my channel with that. And also thank you to Ubie for the constant encouragement and advice as I was trying to figure out how to record the song, and also even just do this right here. So just anything I'm doing here wouldn't be possible without those two guys to start out with. So on that note, let's talk about the community. This has been amazing to see how this community rallies around its own folks. Before I was completely here, the community rallied around Cal being Rocco Cat, because he had vet bills, and they raised money to make sure that he didn't have to sell his guitars to keep his faithful pet. And you should go check out his channel. You'll get to see Rocco too. We collectively helped with Ubie's guidance to crowdsource equipment to get a couple of friends up and running on their own channels. We came together to help Ted with, I guess, what I'm going to call Project Ella. On a live stream, he had bought something for her and then realized he needed a left-handed guitar. And during that live stream, many of us started making super chats and stuff so that we kind of helped crowdfund what ended up being Ella's left-handed guitar, which turned into a series, and it turned out being a gorgeous guitar. That's all on Ted. Ted is just the master of that sort of thing. Um, Later on, a little more recent, several of us worked on a collaboration in support of our good friend Timmy, Timmy 70. I'll link his channel down below. You should go watch his journey. He's been here for the entire community, cheerleading everybody through thick and thin, despite everything that he's going through personally. And he's just an amazing guy. That collaboration was a lot of fun to work on, and that was all pulled together by Bill over at Guitar Pit of Horrors, who is another person you should go check out. And last but not least, more recently, we've been working to help Tim the Tooth, who's one of our own folks, uh, who's been having just some medical issues and had a GoFundMe out there. And Jeremy at Strings and Pucks and Johnny Three Bar collaborated on a silent auction for one of Johnny Three Bar's pedals to help raise money towards that GoFundMe. And I think they're just a little over 50% of their goal right now. So I'll link that GoFundMe down as well in case any of you haven't seen it and either want to donate or at least share it out, because that helps too. This doesn't even begin to touch on all the times this community has helped each other with advice, parts, or even just kind words. It amazes me, honestly. So I've thanked most everybody that sent me things earlier through the year, but there are a few that kind of squeaked through at the tail end here that I haven't had a chance to publicly thank. So I wanted to get that out of the way and start with a few things here. So I wanted to thank Casey over at String Pickers for the lovely card, glitter notwithstanding, and for the stickers that you sent me, which is great. I've got to figure out where I'm going to go with this one. I've already turned one of them into a magnet over here. You can see it on the end. I need more room for magnets, I guess. And I'm just trying to see what I'll send you next year, Casey. I'm not entirely sure, but it's probably going to involve packing peanuts covered in glitter. Uh, we're going to call it Satan's popcorn. Um, Again, thank you to Brian at Searching for Tone for sending me and the other Patreons a nice card and a little gift, which was a Christmas ornament back here. But it also, as you can see, works as a magnet, so I'll be able to display that year round along with all the other stuff once I get this mess organized and figure out where I'm going to display stuff to rep all you other channels, as well as clean up my mess here and make it easier for me to do things. But, you know, I mean, we make do with what we got. Um, get on to the next thing. Thank you so much to Sparky, and I will link his channel down below too. Sparky just does a fantastic job with guitar work, and he watched my Supro restore, and I was really having a tough go of it with cutting the nut for that guitar because I didn't have any true nut files. I bought a set of those keychain pipe cleaner things, which are actually supposed to be for cleaning off like welding tools or something. They didn't work so well, and in fact, one of them actually snapped in half on me while I was trying to do things with it. He had mentioned it, and very kindly, number one, sent me a really nice note, which thank you for that, Sparky. That's awesome. But he sent me a set of nut files that I am going to make great use of. Now, I know you said, Sparky, that these weren't expensive or anything special, and it's what you started with, but man, this is a definite step up from what I was working with, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it and how much you didn't have to do this. So thank you so much, Sparky. If the chance to ever repay the favor comes up, trust me, it's going to be coming. Um, Hang on while I flip pages. And finally, for this year, anyways, let me set this off to the side. I got to give a shout out. We're going to do an unboxing here. That something that I actually know what this is, but I figured it'd be nice to do the unboxing and give Birdman 316. Again, everybody I mentioned here, and probably some that I didn't, are going to be linked in the video description below. So you should go check out all their channels. They're great folks. If you're only watching me, I already think you're part of the community already, but if you haven't seen some of these other guys, hop on. They do wonderful lives. Our community is awesome. You'd be welcome. Fun chats, just good hangouts at least several times a week. So anyhow, Birdman, the man of 1,000 guitars, it seems like, is always finding something new, but he reached out to me, particularly in regard to the guitar you saw me playing in the opening jam, because I had gotten that off of Shop Goodwill, fixed it up a little bit, had a broken nut, so now it doesn't. It still needs a full setup, but what I did want to do was, I haven't got anything with a P90 in it. Now that, a single cut junior seems the perfect candidate for a P90 if you haven't already bought one with it in it. But in this case, since it had a humbucker, Birdman very graciously sent me this. I'm going to unwrap it so you can see it. This is sealed in there pretty good. So good job on the packing. Okay, good. Magnetized, so the screws are on the back. I'm not going to lose those or the springs. So I'm going to have to figure out exactly what it's going to take, what kind of surgery, to get this humbucker-sized P90 into that LP Junior. I know that I can reach out to Birdman for any suggestions or help if I run into that. So Project P90 is probably going to be one of the things coming up, and we'll get to that later. So again, you absolutely did not have to do this, Birdman. And just like Sparky, if I ever get the opportunity to repay the favor, count on it. If there's something that we can work on in the future, great. Either way, this is a great gift. I appreciate it so much. And finally, just everybody else in the community. Um, I'm going to be putting shout outs in the description to everybody, Ted, John, Brandt, Chris, BCG 5150, everybody that does repair and mod videos that I've Sparky as well, that I've been able to gain so much knowledge from in the past year to actually start working on my own guitars. Don't know if I'm ready to work on other people's just yet, but I'm learning so much, and it's actually gotten me to learn so much more about my guitars doing this channel, period. So all of you will be shouted out in the description below. If I missed anybody in the shoutouts, know that I always do what I can to like, share, and promote all of you, because you've done the same for me, and it's been fantastic. Um, so on to project updates. Our family time and the holidays and visit with my son has been awesome, but we're not likely to get to that Les Paul Museum visit unless something crops up that we have the free time. Uh, with the holidays, the museum is closed most of the week, and then other times during the weekend, we're out doing other family things. So we'll see. If we don't get to it, I definitely will get to that at a future date, and maybe when it's warmer, because then I can go outside and get all the pictures of the guitars and murals around Waukesha as well. Project P90, as I talked about before, that's going to be the LP Junior. I'm ready with all the parts that I had for it to upgrade. I was just waiting on a pickup. And now that I've got that all set up, I think we're going to be good. I got a new bridge, tuners, strap buttons. So we're going to pretty much black out all the hardware on that. And it's an intonatable bridge instead of the lightning bridge that an LP Junior typically comes with. So that should be a fun project. Or at least I hope it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun for you guys to watch if I'm not doing very well either. So, but I'm sure with the community's help, I'll get through it, and we're going to have my first P90 guitar. Um, I am still eyeballing a kit of some sort, as the community has definitely inspired me on that front, as well as the pedal board build. Casey doing a lot of pedal videos. There's a whole bunch of other folks that have done things there that have inspired me, kind of given me ideas for what I can do to fill that out. Um, we'll have to see how well Mr. Taxman treats me in the coming months for progress on that, because that'll definitely fund a few more upgrades and projects that I'm going on. And I'll continue working on my other guitar projects as well. I mean, I've got no shortage of things to work on. Plans for the green telly, plans for two of the black and white strats. I do need to set up my super strat that has the Floyd-like bridge, which I'm nervous about, but a lot of people have said, take your time, look at a few videos, you'll be fine. So that'll be good to get that one back up and playing again. I'd like to play that in a couple of jams during some other videos. It's just, it doesn't stay in tune because the strings are shot, the bridge is not right. Um, as well as what else? Oh yeah, the cream telly. I'm going to eventually upgrade to downgrade if you're Ubie, to a standard barrel ashtray compensated barrel bridge, just to make it a little more authentic. Not much I can do with that headstock though, but it is what it is. Um, in between all that, I hopefully am going to come up with some topics or ideas for non-workbench videos, whether that's something that happens to fall on my lap if it's a guitar or something, or just any. I really do like the history stuff, so if I can come up with any topics to do some kind of video that would be number one, interesting enough, number two, not reinventing the wheel of somebody who's already done the history of Fender or whatever else. I mean, that I'm sure would be a 3 hour series, but just any little things that I can do the history on. I kind of like that. I really got into that when I was doing all my guitars, because going into the history of the companies, some of which I didn't even know had a history. So as time and inspiration allow, we're going to do that. And then, oh, actually, finally, first thing, the first thing of 2026 for me probably is going to be appearing on For the Love of Guitars podcast with Keith and Ubie, and I'll link Keith's channel down below as well. That's where you can see that. That's going to be Saturday the 3rd. Saturday the 3rd, January 3rd, 2026. That feels weird to say. At noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. So we'd love to have you join us. So, and on that note, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's encouraged me, helped me, supported me, everybody who's subscribed, everybody who's watched, everybody who's commented. I cannot thank all of you enough, but I want to wish all of you the happiest of New Year's. And I offer my prayers for everybody that 2026 is going to be good to all of us. Good health, good fortune, family, fun, everything that comes with it. And with that, until next time, I already said it once, but we'll see you next year. Had to get the dad joke in one more time at the end of the year. Thanks, guys.